Welcome back to another episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And on this episode, we're going to do some life updates, talk a little bit about mental health and our health and all the fun things that have happened to us in the last couple weeks and looking
Months
forward and all the fun stuff.
100%. And, and ultimately we've done episodes like this before, but I really strongly believe that this is the kind of episode that is very much a reality for anybody who struggles with their weight or any kind of long-term situation. And there are ebbs and flows and ups and downs and freshes and refreshes and all of those things. So
yeah, it's a major life check in this one because there's a lot of change in the next little while.
Yeah. So first of all, I don't know if you've come right out and said this on the pod, but let's start with you. You've had a rough couple of months and we've alluded to it a couple of times, but how about you fill our listeners in?
So for those of you who don't know, it has been a couple months of craziness for me. I was laid off from my job in December, and I think I talked about that the episode that it happened. And so it's been a couple months, and the first month was pretty, it was about looking at finances and where I'm coming. And so I had to cancel my gym membership and things like that, and just working on trying to find alternatives for life in general. And that was fine. January was a little bit of a struggle for me because I took December as it's a holiday and no one's going to be hiring during the holiday seasons anyway. But then January came and went, and it was starting to get to me a little bit. But I have recently been given a job, and a job that is going to be a lot more physically demanding, especially. I'm not going to say where at the moment, but it's going to be a lot more physically demanding of me. It's going to be a lot more stuff, but it does come with a free gym membership, so I will take that as well.
That is excellent news. And for clear, you had been at your old job for a long time.
Yeah, 13 years.
And so that becomes a big part of your identity, and your whole get up here. You've got your whole office set up, and you've been working. Hey, that's the other thing. You've been working from home for the last number of years.
Since December of 2019. Yeah.
So even just having to get out of the house pretty regularly is going to be a big change.
It is going to be a huge change. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to, because I think mentally I am ready to actually be out and about, and I'm a social person. I always like doing social stuff anyway, so I'm kind of excited. It is the schedule sounds like it's gonna change some things for me too, in life in general, but I think I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking for the change. I'm looking forward to the activities that I'm gonna get to do and things like that through this job, so super excited for that.
So saying where it is, you're some kind of programming, recreational programming kind of situation.
Yeah. It is, again, not going to say where, but yeah, I'll be doing, helping plan the seasonal recreational things, and helping, do supervising and things like that. And some of the things that, they want to do is, get me certified to do coaching of different sports and things like that. So
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
And that's so up your alley, because you've been coaching Special Olympics swimming and things like that. I'm so happy for you.
It's great. I'm very excited. It couldn't have come at a better time for me, financially as well. So, I'm very, very excited to get started on that, but not quite yet, but it will. Well, I guess when this comes out, it probably will have started.
It'll be on day 3.
That's right. So hopefully everything went well on that. So
yeah, no, I'm sure it will. You're just such a great person that I can't think of a better fitting job. And what a time to do a refresh. Right. If you're up and moving, in addition to having the gym membership, and if you're going to be coaching, it's
going to be a lot of movement.
It's a lot of movement just naturally. And starting anything new is exhausting.
True.
I know for me, even I'm starting to get into the rhythm now, but I started a new job, as everybody knows, because, I haven't shut up about it, at the end of October, and the job has been amazing. But the first couple of months, there's so much learning that you get to the end of every day and you're just zonked.
Yep.
And I'm finally getting into the routine of okay, I'm not completely wiped at the end of every day.
Yeah. So you have started something new too, have you? I believe.
Mine's been a bit more incremental is the word I'm looking for. I had, despite being in this great new job and happy to be in St. John and having at face value everything going very well, I had a bit of a mental health blip the last couple of months. Yeah. And our recording schedule is such that I didn't talk about it very much because we just had a big gap in our recording schedule just because of the way things went down, which is fine. But I really kind of started to struggle with my mental health, and I've attributed it to seasonality. It's been really cold, really dark winter here. And that is not something that we are typically as used to here in St. John. And it really started to get to me. And I had a minor injury. I say it's minor, but it's still aggravating. And ice related, but I didn't fall. I whipped my hands up in the air and waved them like I just didn't care. And possibly have a rotator cuff injury. That's what the internet has deemed. I need to go to my doctor. But I also am feeling like I'm fatter than ever, and I'm just haven't been feeling good. And I've been trying to make really good, healthy steps to change this. Like, started making more meals at home in the last few months and bringing lunches every day and doing those things. Cleaned up my house and all of these things that should have had more of an impact than they have because I just haven't been myself. And this all kind of culminated this week with a health assessment with the nurse at work.
Yes. And how'd that go?
Not as I should say, it went as I expected it to. So it wasn't anything surprising. But it wasn't great. Like, my sugars were high. My cholesterol was mostly good, except my good cholesterol needs to come up a bit.
Okay.
She calls them the scrubby brushes.
The scrubby brushes. Okay.
Which can only be done by proper diet and exercise. And my blood pressure was higher than I thought it should be just because I'm on multiple blood pressure medications. Though she said it was reasonable. And sugars, that, and I'm fat.
Oh yeah, that thing.
And we've got this 5K coming up that
yes, we do.
I have lofty goals for, and I tried some walking at the beginning, but everything just hurt. My back hurt so much doing it that I was just like, I'm not ready for this. This needs to be more incremental than that. Not feeling good. So a couple of weeks ago, I kept seeing the advertisements for the Great Push-Up Challenge.
Yes.
Which is something that the Canadian Mental Health Association put on. And because despite feeling kind of crummy and low and feeling not good about myself, I was actually at Big Tide, and I was like talking to Chris about this push-up challenge. I was like, I kept clicking on it and reading all about it. And I was like, I don't think I could do that. And he said, well, I didn't think you were a quitter, Caitlin. Because, tough love is a real thing for me.
That's Chris.
Yeah. And he's like, I really just never thought that I could ever hear you say you couldn't do something. So I was like, well, could you do it? He was like, not all at once. But yeah, incrementally over time. Yes, I could. And I was like, oh.
Damn it, Chris.
So the next day I signed up for it.
Nice. And how did you make out?
Well, I read the fine print. It turns out you didn't have to do push-ups off the ground. You can do them off the wall, whatever.
Sweet.
Also, you can supplement them with other things.
Oh, okay.
Like squats. So I supplemented probably 20% of them with squats, but I did it.
Nice.
I finished yesterday 2,000 push-ups between
2,000 push-ups.
February 11th and February 28th.
Nice.
And raised like $250 for mental health.
Woo. That's awesome.
So that was step one.
Step one.
And had this health assessment. Bad news.
Yep.
Not taking it. Immediately signed up for Weight Watchers, which is one that we've talked about on this podcast, and we'll do a deeper dive once I'm into it.
Yep.
And also re-signed up for Afterburn, which, as I've talked about many times, was
Afterburn.
a huge amount of success for me, contributing to a huge amount of success for me a couple of years ago. And I'm so excited to go back. And by the time this podcast goes back, I'll have been back a day.
Can I tell you that I was not surprised that you went back to Afterburn?
No, why not?
I knew it was coming. There was no way you were not going back. I knew it was coming. It was just you had to get settled in this new job. I was just honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
You know why? Do you know why I didn't?
Why?
Because my shift is till 5,
right?
And the class starts at 5.
That's right.
And I could not work out the logistics around that. And it meant having to go to my boss and say, "Can I work an earlier shift?" And I've already been doing the early part of the shift because I go early every morning because that's just there's stuff that needs to get done. And I didn't want to ask too soon and seem like a slacker employee.
Understandable.
And it was because of the health assessment. The nurse was like, "What are you going to do?" Basically, in a very nice, and she's amazing. Actually, she really is incredible. And if she happens to listen to this, I think the world of her. I think the world of my boss too. Everybody is so wonderful. And I was like, "I'm kind of scared." She's like, "No, please ask your boss. Do you want me to do it?" And I was like, "No, I can do it." And I did it immediately after and had the conversation, was supported. Immediately messaged Natasha at the gym, who's like, "I've been waiting for your message. Welcome back, beautiful. Come anytime." And then what surprised me was me also signing up for Weight Watchers.
That is the other. I want to talk about the Weight Watchers thing in a second, but you said you're going to start. So this episode comes on the 12th. You said you're starting on the 11th.
No, I'm starting on the. Sorry, I got confused. I'm starting on the 6th. I'll be a week in.
6th. So you'll be a week in because your birthday is on the 11th.
My birthday is on the 11th. Yeah.
Happy birthday
Thank
to you after this episode, even though we're recording way before.
Way before.
But yes, your birthday is coming up very soon. So that's big changes coming to re-spark the birthday movement.
The birthday movement, but after this time.
After this time, yes.
Yeah.
Why Weight Watchers? What spurred you for why did you decide Weight Watchers over something else?
So initially I thought about just doing another 6-week challenge like I've done previously, because it does take off a significant amount of weight in 6 weeks, which is helpful through a lot of things like joints and just to take that edge off of whatever. But over the last, 2 times that I've had successful weight loss and successful health training and health plans and things like that, they've both gone the same way. Started with exercise, which I've done.
Yep.
Gone into a food plan. This is the next step. Lose a bunch, be very successful in a significant weight loss, and then lose a little bit more weight, say another 15, 20 pounds. So it usually hovers around the 50 or 60 pound mark total, which is an impressive amount of weight to lose for anybody. But I need to lose 200.
Right.
And then I've plateaued. And I've been okay with it because it meant I was physically doing well and all of these things. And I thought, okay, that is a pattern that's worked. That only because of extraneous thing has that pattern changed. First time being pandemic, talked about this a lot. Mm-hmm. Second time being the work in Fredericton.
Yep.
So I could repeat that pattern and get to exactly where I was, which would be great, which is fine. Or I could try something different.
Yep.
And I thought about this different approach, which is longer term. Weight Watchers does keep up with the times. They are proven to work. I think they're one of the only programs that are supported by dietitians and things like that. My sister's on Weight Watchers right now. My mom has been a lifelong member of Weight Watchers. Literally, I think they call them lifetime members, but they're huge supporters. I've always resisted it because I don't love the idea of tracking and keeping up that, but I do really think that there is some credence to it.
I mean, that's the calories in, calories out is a pretty important thing.
Real thing.
If you have something that can guide you in how to do that,
100%. And so I signed up for a year. It's $15 a month. It's affordable. It's
okay.
And we'll see how it goes. And
have you started it now?
I mean,
have you so you've already signed up?
I've paid.
Have you done the initial assessment?
Yep.
Okay. I want to know, because we'll do a deeper dive in once you get really into it, but I want to have the initial conversation now so that in a month's time or 2 months time, when we have I want to know what that initial, how you feel in that step in there.
I feel great.
Yeah.
Being proactive is really important to me. Not wallowing is really important to me. I think that one of the things I'm not really not tolerant of in myself, but not particularly tolerant of in other people. You can tell me anything and I will do anything to help you.
Yep.
However, doing the same thing and doing nothing to change it, but then complaining is something that really bothers me. So I've actually actively not complained in the last couple of months, but I've been feeling really miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And I've started to like really not be good.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, Caitlin, you can complain about this and you can reach out to your friends and talk to them, and you have great friends, like do that. But I didn't want to. It didn't feel good. A couple people noticed.
Yeah.
And with them was like, yeah, I'm not feeling good. I think it's the weather, which I do, but I also think it's how I feel about myself. And so to take the step and actually go through the motions of signing up for something felt really good. And I did it all very quickly. Like it was like, bam, medical assessment, bam, talk to boss, bam, message afterburn, bam, sign up for Weight Watchers, all within like 45 minutes. And so it feels proactive and good. And I started inputting what I had eaten that day, which was not great. And like I've given myself the weekend to like not really think too hard about it because I need to get groceries or whatever, but also be aware. But going through the initial, you know, like signing up for anything and enter information, and where I struggle because I've always been so heavy since I was a kid is what is my goal weight? And I didn't want to have anything insurmountable. So I just put in 100 pounds less than I think I also don't know what I weigh right now because the scale at work wouldn't weigh me. I almost said whale me, which there's a Freudian slip.
Good movie.
Yeah, whale me?
Oh, the whale.
Oh, yeah. Well, exactly. But I think the gym, the scale of the gym will tell the tale on Tuesday, and
we will definitely deep dive into Weight Watchers on another episode because I am very interested in knowing more about it and how your journey went. So I'm very excited. Yeah,
definitely. I'm excited too. I'm excited to be taking tangible steps to look after myself again. Like, and this is what I said. Like, this is not the first time you'll have heard this on this podcast if you're a regular listener. And
it's a life journey.
It is a lifelong journey, and it doesn't ever go away.
No.
And I wish it did.
But it is a life journey, and it's about trying. It's not, you're never going to fully succeed. And I think that's goes back to the part of the reason why we do this is to talk about the real life things of, you know, always trying. It's not the super fit dude telling you, oh, you're just gonna go to the gym and watch your macros and micros. It's life. There's ups and downs, and sometimes there's more downs than ups.
Right. Exactly. And, you know, but I think I was excited when you got your job, and it feels like it's a nice refresh for both of us.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we're starting a new chapter. It's going to be very interesting. And then, of course, we have our big beer run coming up. So it's going to be, so that's going to be awesome. I have not been keeping up on my walking schedule, but I have been shoveling and doing extra exercises outside of that. I just have not been doing the walking part.
Me neither. And the weather has played a huge role in that. And I'm hoping that once I start to feel better and like take off a little bit of weight, it won't be as painful.
Heck yeah.
And maybe we can hit Harbor Passage when I leave work some days. And
we're gonna do it. We're gonna finish it. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. And if it's not great, it'll be done, and we'll drink beer.
That's right. It'll be. I am very excited for that part, especially now that I'm working and we'll have finances to actually be able to do it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very, very excited for this new chapter in our lives. You know, there's a lot coming down the pipeline. It's going to be a struggle for us to find. We're going to have to reevaluate our recording schedules and figure out what we're doing. But we will be here every week for you guys. Obviously,
we will.
Well, we'll figure it out
because we need this.
It's true. It's very, very true. do you have anything coming up comedy wise or anything you want to plug while we're finishing up here?
Yeah, actually, I was just asked yesterday. It's actually great timing. I'm going to be doing a show, I believe, at Crave on March 13th, which is tomorrow. If you're listening to this, and it's a fundraiser for the United Way.
Nice.
Maybe it'll be sold out by now, and you'll be like, "Oh, nerds can't see this one." But but who's to say? I was just asked yesterday, so that there's that one, and I've actually had a couple of really big comedy things happen. I'm going on a little mini tour on April 11th and 12th.
Ooh.
Going to Miramichi and Bathurst.
A Turst.
Going to Charlottetown on May 10th.
Ooh, PI?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know.
You're interprovincial.
Planning one to Nova Scotia in the spring or summer as well. Haven't got dates lined up entirely on that, but have some contacts. And I was booked on a comedy festival in Campbellton in September.
Sweet.
Yeah. Which I'm pretty pumped about.
Are you thinking about trying to go back to do Dooryard?
That is pending.
Ooh.
Just
listen, Dooryard people, get it done.
No. There's conversations to be had. Actually,
get it done.
I'm actually working on an article about Dooryard today. That was supposed to be done yesterday. Sorry, James.
Oh my gosh, slacker.
I didn't realize that February ended so quickly. I mean, logically I did, but I just thought I had another weekend.
Slacker.
I didn't, and I do now because I've made it so.
Slacker.
Yep, I've only had months. But yeah, Dooryard is a wonderful spot. And
yeah.
I think there's news there, but no lineup announced yet. Don't know exactly what's going to happen.
All right, then. Well, I think there's a lot to look forward to. We're got a lot changing, but, as things change, some things stay the same.
And we'll be here
every week for you. But where can people find you on the internet?
You can find us at Kate and Isaiah Living Large on Facebook. I'm at Fat Caitlin on TikTok. Kate D on Instagram. Caitlin Dean elsewhere. What about you?
At Maritime Brews on all of the social medias for my beer and my politics takes. And then, of course, at Tweak the Profit for my movies and my video game stuff. And then, of course, you can find us on all of the places you can find podcasts. And if you are listening on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, you can make sure you like, share, subscribe there. Or hop on over to YouTube and check us out on YouTube for the video. And you can like, share, subscribe there as well. But until next week, bye.